You look stunning.
Thank you. So do you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Monday morning, got a look.
This is a very Monday morning look, isn't it? Perfect.
It's like, hello, wake up.
Exactly.
So you're working here in New York. Do you live here now?
I live between the two. I live where I work. So in London, I've got a home in London, but obviously I work here quite a lot. So.
And how often do you get back to London?
Well, I won't get back until July, because I'm doing a play here.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm.
What do you
here
miss?
For 6 months.
What do you miss?
I miss the skies. You don't get much sky here.
No sky.
I don't miss Brexit, I have to say. That's something I'm not missing. I miss my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, London's great.
Do you know, there is sky here, though. You can go...
There is sky, and it's brighter here. You know, we get sort of grey skies in London. At least you get sun in this city.
Yeah.
So you're doing King Lear.
I am, yes.
Tell us about that. What is that like?
It's long.
Yes, it is.
It's in a foreign language. It's not. I mean, Shakespeare is a kind of foreign language.
It is.
It's mad. It's amazing. It's Glenda Jackson playing King Lear.
Wow.
She's 82
Amazing.
years old, and she's formidable.
Yeah.
It is sort of over 3 hours.
But I'm just thinking of all the, of Shakespeare's body of work. This would be the most ambitious one to dive into as your first Shakespearean effort, right?
Yeah, I've never done Shakespeare before, and I thought I'd better give it a go. And this opportunity came up, and I'm playing 2 parts. So I'm playing Cordelia and the Fool.
And did you audition to get 2 parts, or did that just...
No, Sam Gold, the director, I've worked with him. He did the final episode of The Affair last year I was in. And he asked if I wanted to be in it. So I was like, OK, Broadway. How do you say no to that? Broadway, Shakespeare,
How we would just
Glenda.
walk us through the audition process. Was that
There was
difficult?
no audition. It was just a...
That was it?
And he didn't know if I could do Shakespeare or not, or if even, you know, I didn't know if I could do it. But it's mad. It's kind of crazy. It's fun. But it's like quite a weird experience.
And you're doing 8 shows a week?
Not yet. When we open, which is on the 4th of April, then we'll do 8. We're doing 7 at the moment. But she's amazing. I mean, she's
82?
Yeah. 3.5 hours each. You know, 7 hours if you're doing 2 shows in a day.
So, but when you do get a window off,
Which is 1 day a week.
Okay, so, but listen, I know how that works.
Yeah.
When you have that 1 day, you really want to make that 1 day so perfect because it's your precious 1 day. So what is your perfect 1 day off?
It tends to be in bed. It tends to be my 1 day is just sleeping, and then getting a nice brunch.
No, I think
and a coffee. I go upstate sometimes. That's been beautiful.
I think it's healthy when you've got such a schedule like that on Broadway to not have a schedule on that 1 day makes the next week better.
Yeah, you do boring things like laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it feels normal.
But it feels normal.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll come back and talk more with Ruth Wilson about this new project, Mrs. Wilson, after the break. Stay with us. That is Ruth Wilson and Mrs. Wilson. So this is such a fascinating project and story. I couldn't resist talking about it during the commercial break, but you executive produced this miniseries, you star in it, and you're playing your own grandmother.
Yes.
Okay.
Hence the title, Mrs. Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah.
But explain the fascination with your grandmother and the whole story here.
Right, so my grandmother was married, seemingly happily married to her husband, Alec Wilson, for 21 years. He died in 1963. And then she discovered soon after his death that he was married to another wife and had a whole other family that she didn't know anything about. She kept this secret for 40 years.
She didn't tell anyone?
Didn't tell anyone. Didn't tell her sons, didn't tell anyone.
Whoa.
She was illegitimate as a wife, but she kept the secret. She then wrote a memoir which she gave to my dad and my uncle about 20 years ago. So that's when they found out the story about one wife.
When did you find out?
Well, I found out about the same time, but then 10 years ago, the year after she died, we then found out a lot more about my grandfather, and there might be more wives. And then there's things about he was also he was a spy.
Did you hear the audience?
Wow!
They literally gasped for air.
Yeah.
But in addition to many wives, that he may have been a spy for MI5, MI6?
Yes, and he wrote 23 spy novels, and
I can't imagine why you thought this would be a good story.
Yeah, no,
serious.
I mean, it keeps unraveling, and we still don't know the entire truth about him. All records haven't been released by the Secret Service.
So have you...
Wow.
So many questions.
I know, so many questions.
So this story is based on the memoir. That's this sort of emotional blueprint.
Have you met all the other family members?
Yeah, we've since all met. And
were they all part of the filming?
They were, yeah, and we asked them, you know, made sure they were happy with the way that their mothers were depicted or their father was depicted.
Right.
And we often have family reunions. We had one big one like 10 years ago when we first all met. We had name tags, sort of son of, daughter of, you know.
Wow.
It was incredible.
I can't imagine how much your family learns as years go by. It's really incredible to hear, you know, all
Yeah,
of
I mean,
these...
there's still, you know, for me, it sort of made sense.
You're still uncovering some of it.
Yeah, and for me it made sense because he was an actor, really. And
So was he a spy?
yes, I mean, he met my grandmother at MI5 in 1939.
Wow.
And he was out in India for 8 years, we think probably spying or undercover. He claimed he was going in and out of jail for spy reasons. We don't know if that's true or not. So that's kind of what we deal with in the TV series. It's like what was true and what was not.
Well,
and my grandmother's discovery of all this and how it then affected her life.
Well, you have to check this
It's
out.
so good.
See it unfold. Mrs. Wilson
Yeah.
premieres this Sunday, March 31st, 9 p.m. 8 Central on Masterpiece on PBS. Ruth Wilson, great to see you.